This is a really significant development, Mel. There had been calls now for some days from some of the rebel groups in Myanmar, as well as the National Unity Government, which represents the ousted civilian administration, for a pause in hostilities while the country grappled with the aftermath of this devastating earthquake. But the junta had been resisting. They have now, though, announced a 20-day ceasefire until the 22nd of April, but they have warned that they will respond if any of the rebel groups launch attacks. This really highlights, though, the complexity of responding to the situation in Myanmar for aid groups and others trying to help. And the junta has admitted that it did fire warning shots at a convoy of Red Cross vehicles, Chinese Red Cross vehicles. The junta said that convoy had not informed the local authorities of their movements, but was going to investigate. Now, this, of course, has been condemned by international groups, aid groups, the International Committee on the Red Cross calling it unacceptable, saying that humanitarians must be guaranteed safe passage because not only do incidents like this put them in danger, it also prevents them from helping those who most need it.
So, Kathleen, what is the latest on the earthquake recovery?
Well, thankfully, the aid groups are starting to get in and rescue crews are starting to get in. And what they are finding is thousands of buildings collapsed, roads completely destroyed, people sleeping outside because there are such great fears at the moment because of aftershocks. So even if people have homes, they are still sleeping outside because they're so panicked after the scale of that first disaster and some of the big aftershocks that have happened since. Hospitals are also overrun. In some cases, they're even operating outside despite the very hot temperatures in Myanmar at the moment because, hospital buildings have been damaged themselves and medical workers certainly overrun too. And we are hearing some stories of miraculous rescues, a man pulled from the rubble after 100 hours, but really it is slow, painstaking work in Myanmar, and there's a long, long way to go on this recovery.
And Kathleen, you're in Bangkok. How are things progressing there?
Well, Mel, remarkably, they are still continuing in the hope of finding survivors here at the site of this collapsed high-rise building. Now, the reason for that is that even though the 72-hour window where the chances of survival are much higher has well and truly passed, the authorities have identified some areas where they believe people might have been able to survive, specifically around the emergency stairwells. So they're hoping that if people were able to escape into the stairwells as the building was collapsing, they might be able to survive some days, even up to 2 weeks. And the governor has actually been live streaming on social media overnight. He has not wanted to put too much weight on this, but he said that they did hear some sounds that they are hoping might be some signs of life. So we've seen actually on that live stream quite a lot of progress made as the rescuers pull away pieces of rubble. They have actually managed to expose some stairwells. So obviously people now really tentatively waiting on edge to see if they find anyone still alive.
Absolutely. East Asia correspondent Kathleen Calderwood in Bangkok there for us. Thank you.